And what's up guys, Ben, and today I got a little commentary for you. This is going to be a kind of revision of my last video I posted, which was my initial thoughts on the Legacy Combat mode. I've definitely given this a lot of thought and talked to some people about it, and I've actually came to the conclusion that I'm changing my mind on my vote. I actually ended up voting no. I changed my vote today. And I just thought I'd let you guys, or kind of talk to you guys about why I changed my vote and kind of like put my thoughts out there. And yeah. So I kind of put a bunch of thoughts together and I wrote it down on a piece of paper so that I could kind of just go down the list here and talk to you guys about it. So basically, Legacy Combat mode, for all you don't know still, is just the idea of switching between sorry, I got a text. It's the idea of switching between Legacy Combat and EOC, which Legacy Combat is basically 2012 RuneScape before the EOC, before any of the EOC updates. So you'll have, it's basically the combat from '07 with, you know, better graphics and whatnot. So anyway, my first point is that I believe that it's going to be really difficult on JadX's part to, because in the video Modmark specifically said that they wanted to combine the two combats into one server. So you basically have a button that you press and it'll just switch you to Legacy mode, and then you'll have a button that you can press to switch you right back to EOC mode. So that's really just too difficult, and that'll just bring a whole rebalance issue into the margin here, because it's just like you'll have players running around with Legacy mode on and then players running around with abilities, and it'll just be like a huge like cluster, and just the balance issue, they're gonna have to rebalance the whole combat triangle again, and it's gonna like split the community up even more, in my opinion. Let's see. Basically, I mean, don't get me wrong, like this, I really think this is a good idea. There are a couple pros to this, which I will get to in my last part of the video here. Anyway, but I really think this will split up the community even more, because you already right now you have '07 Scape, and then you have EOC, and that basically divided the community up into a big margin. I think it was just a big kind of rift in the community, and now they want to bring in Legacy, and that's basically, I don't know, it's like another version of the game they're bringing out, so it's like 3 RuneScapes in one, which I want to go back to the same server balancing. Think about bossing. Basically, over the past year of EOC, bosses and PVM have been rebuffed to kind of be able to withstand the abilities and everything. Think about how that's going to work. They're going to have to rebalance all the monsters again and all that to kind of, or they're going to have to nerf the abilities. They're gonna have to, it's going to be changing the game drastically any way you look at it, which I believe isn't that good of a thing. Let's see. Think about also like players. Say you have a player that's on Legacy mode and a player that's on EOC mode, and they're both fighting the same boss. Think about how that's going to work with, obviously right now the player with abilities would definitely outscore or out-hit the player without abilities on Legacy mode. So that's basically why I think the same server option is not a very good idea. Let's see, so that means definitely they're going to have to weaken the abilities for one, and that's just changing the game even more again, because they've been changing this game for a long time. Don't get me wrong though, some people will just like this idea no matter what, just because of the old combat, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said before, I personally like this idea, and I think if you wait to the end of the video, I have a pretty good solution on one pro to it. But anyway, let's see. And also think about, I wanted to bring up this is a really good point. They came out with they came out a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, with combat improvements beta, which I actually posted a video on it like a week ago or so. And this is basically them trying to implement this is them implementing pre-EOC combat stuff into EOC, like the special attack use and the revolution, which is a new ability that will basically use your abilities for you so you can AFK. Which brings me kind of to my last big point here, which is I believe that most people who actually voted yes for this are, well, not most people, there's a lot of people that I think are PKers that just want this back so they can PK again, you know. But I really think that a lot of people have just looked at this and kind of just been like, oh, they just looked at it and been like, wow, this is a really good update, which is what I did at first, you know. I'm not going to blame you for it. It's what I did. I voted yes. You saw me vote yes on the my first video, my initial thoughts. I was just like, wow, that just sounds like a great idea. But as of now, I changed my vote to no. Hopefully right now you're listening to what I'm saying and kind of thinking about it, because that's really all I want to do, is kind of go in depth with you guys and just think about it for a second, because this could drastically change the game even more. Let me see. So yeah, if you really just want AFK combat and that's the only reason you're voting yes, think about the new combat beta they just released. They're bringing back AFK combat to EOC. They have the new ability Revolution, which will use your abilities for you. You won't have to do anything. And then they're also bringing back special attacks. So there's really no point there on using legacy combat, because they're already bringing it back to EOC. But think about also the prices of weapons and armor and all that will change with this legacy. So if they're both implemented on the same servers, there's going to be different armor that's good for legacy mode, and there's going to be different armor that's good for EOC mode, and it's just going to be a bunch of fluctuating, just jumbled ass mess. So basically that's just going to be a whole cluster F. And this will also, like I said before, cause major rework of PVM and all that, even PvP. As of now, though, I'd like to say that the poll is 75 to 25%. 75 as yes option and 25 as a no. But my only pro, and kind of the only solution I see to actually bringing this back, because I really don't think they can bring this back into the same server. That would just be it would just be too much work for, I don't know, it's not even worth it. Like, if they really want to bring this back, and I think it's a good idea, like, this is pretty much going towards the PvP community, because when EOC came out, a lot of people that left were the PvPers, and that made up a lot of the game and a lot of the community, and they all left because the EOC is not good for PvP. But really, if they wanted to do that, I feel like they should bring in legacy mode servers, PvP servers, just for legacy mode. I really don't think they should try to implement it into the same game. Like, it just seems like it won't work. Like, it's just too much rebalancing and all that, and I really think it would be a good idea for them to make a PvP legacy mode server, or a PvP, or no, just a legacy mode server in general. Like, that would be great. You'd have, which also again would split up the community, but hey, I know there's a lot of people out there that want this update, so they should give it to them. But I don't think that they should put it into EOC. But that's, oh boy. But yeah, that's pretty much it, what I wanted to talk about. I kind of just wanted to give you guys some stuff to think about there. Hopefully it kind of put some thoughts into your head, because basically I just didn't want you guys just to look at the update and say, hey, wow, that's a really good update, but you never really thought about it. So this is kind of giving you some thoughts to put in your head. Really just my whole point of this video is to make sure you guys know what you're voting for, and not just voting to vote or following the crowd and just saying yes because, wow, yeah, it has so many votes yes, and, you know, just really think about what you're doing, because this could impact you in the game. So, but thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys can respect what I have said and not really. I don't want this to like start fights or anything. You know, I don't want any arguments on the comments. This is just a mature discussion on what I think about. You know, and feel free to leave your comments below and kind of say what you have to say about it. I'd like to see what you guys have to say. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.